about Israel and Gaza Strip from an American perspective. In America, we're taught that Israel is the only democracy in the Middle East. That seems to be true for the most part. Um, that's what at least we're told in the media. We're not really shown any other perspective. So yeah, 9/11 happened. We're feeling that Israel is maybe our only ally in that region. It's probably a good thing to ally with them to you know, keep each other, you know, watch each other's backs essentially. And of course, there's many Jewish Americans here in the United States, and it doesn't seem that foreign to us. Their culture seems relatively similar to ours. Um, there's a lot of similarities, of course. Maybe more so than other countries in that region. From the basic American perspective. Um, but when you start looking into Israel more, especially with the current attack on Gaza, if you do take the time, you may start not feeling so brotherly or sisterly with Israel. And coming from someone like me, who has basically supported Israel pretty blindly, I would have to admit. I don't have time to investigate every country's origins, every dynamic of the Middle East. I mean, does anyone really understand the Middle East? I'm trying to learn, and I'm getting a little more, knowledgeable in it. I do have enough knowledge. It's not that difficult with the internet. So let me put on another song here. My mind's rambling. That's probably a good one here. The commercials. Okay, we're gonna take a commercial break. 1, 2, 3. We're back. Okay. So anyway, let me just get to the main point, since I only have 6 minutes on this song here. So what Israel is doing now is not conscionable to anybody. You cannot really get behind Israel with their bombing of schools, hospitals, civilian centers. It's just propaganda at this point. When you're saying Hamas has missiles underneath the schools, in the schools, next to the schools, it doesn't really matter. I mean, you have penned these people into a smaller and smaller region in what is Palestine. You've expanded with settlements into their area that is limited to begin with, and you have no freedom. If you say anything against the state of Israel in Israel, as I've watched numerous videos of American Jews or whatever, coming to Israel and speaking their mind, they get beat up, roughed up. They can't show any sympathy to their perceived enemy. I mean, what to do about it, though? I understand if I was an Israeli in Israel, I would be like, fuck, everyone hates us. Where are we gonna go? We've carved out this land. But the way it's been carved out is the injustice from the very beginning. To say Israel should not exist or whatever, that's not cool. But to acknowledge that this country has, from the very beginning, been a militaristic country that's basically used, apartheid, regional cleansing. I don't know. I mean, I don't know enough to say that there's genetic that you actually kill the people in these regions. I heard there is some of that going on in the early, what was it, 40, before, around 48 or around those years, the earlier years. There was a pushing out of the people that were there. I mean, it's just, you just keep going and going and pushing and pushing. I mean, I don't even understand it, but I completely understand it. because it's pretty obvious. You look at the map. You can argue against me, say, oh, you made a mistake here, or you don't know the full story. I know the full story. I've seen enough. I've heard enough Israeli um, historians and anthropologists that take a non-biased view. So, they tell the truth. This is what happened. This is what happened. You pushed people out, and you hemmed them into what some people call, the biggest prison in the world. They get militaristic. They get angry. You're pushing them out. And the thing is, okay, the mindset of the current conflict now, what I'm hearing from Israel, what they're putting out there, another terrorist killed, another terrorist killed. They're hiding, bombs under, missile sites in schools. And this isn't the first time this has happened. 2009, there's a video there, same thing. The guy's interviewing people, and they're saying, yeah, there's actually, you mentioned tunnels. You should have looked into that a little bit more. They're like, who built tunnels? The POWs that in World War II, in Germany, they had internment camps for American and British airmen. They dug tunnels. You know why? Because there was barbed wire. They couldn't get out. They wanted freedom. Who builds tunnels? If you have to build a tunnel to, make military contact with another country, if you have to build tunnels to smuggle in goods, okay, yeah, they're going to be military goods too. That's what you're saying. But prisoners in America, they riot once in a while. In England, they riot once in a while. You know why? Because they're in jail. That's the point. They are in jail. They're in a prison. And what is going on now is this slaughter. It can't be forgiven. It can't be explained away. This is what's going on. And I think a lot of Americans, and hopefully a lot of Jewish Americans, will start speaking up about this. This is genocide. This is murder. The mindset has to change in Israel. You cannot do this. You cannot do this anymore. You can for a while. You will get away with it this time. But social media, the internet, film, everyone can film you. It's over. You're not going to be able to do this. I'm not going to solve your problems. Definitely not. No one is. No one can. I don't think anyone can solve the problems in the Middle East except the people in the Middle East. Their side, your side. Are you going to be the better people? Can we all be the better people? Just start trying to get along. It's not going to happen overnight. Yeah, that's a definite fact. But can we stop hating everyone to the point where you killing them?